The flu season could be the worst in a decade. Wow, that's good news to share Thanksgiving week. There's a new mutation, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about.
Of course there is. So for more on this, we bring in our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Kohli. I feel like every season we hear something new because there can be different variants. Why is it so tricky with the flu every single season?
The flu is one of our biggest enemies out there. It's the trickiest one if you think about it because it's shape-shifting. So its genetic material is made of RNA instead of DNA, which means that every time it replicates, it makes more mistakes, which is good for the virus because those mistakes help it to basically get mutations that trick our immune system. So that's one reason. The other is the flu can actually exist in many different species. So we know bird flus, we know pig flus, we know cows, humans. So let's say a pig gets infected with the human flu. He's not going to get sick from the human flu, but the pig flu and the human flu can combine to make a whole different strain of flu. And that's what often happens. And then, of course, it can now come back to humans and then infect us. Our immune system's not very good at remembering the flu. So even for those of us like me who had the flu last season, it forgets it quickly. And the new strain, because it's so shape-shifting, it makes it so that our immune system can't recognize it. So it's one of the toughest infections out there. We've been dealing with it for so many years. And the more years that go by, the fewer Americans that are getting vaccinated, the more I think we're going to end up dealing with flu.
So I was just thinking about this the other day because I got my vaccine not long ago, just to make sure by Thanksgiving, because I always remember hearing Thanksgiving is when everybody passes things around and, you know, it starts cooking in December and the holidays. How do scientists know, like, this is going to be a bad year? Because I haven't heard of anybody getting sick yet.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a crystal ball, scientific crystal ball. We look at the data from the southern hemisphere, so that gives us a little bit of a preview. How did the flu do in Australia? And we know that they had a really rough season. Then we start looking at other countries. So Japan has already declared a flu epidemic this year. The United Kingdom had flu come earlier than ever before. And even here in the United States, all that surveillance data, we look at what strains are circulating, wastewater. We're seeing levels now, Kim and Sam, that we normally see in mid to late December. So we're seeing it earlier.
So we have seen, okay.
Yes, and the strain that we're seeing is this H3N2 subvariant, which is different from last year's strain. We know that H3N2 causes more hospitalizations. We had it last year, but now it's evolved to a different one. So that's why the flu season last year was so bad, and that's partly why we're seeing an earlier peak, so to speak. So we expect it to be bad. Now, the flu last year had a replication number, meaning, you know, if 100 people have the flu, they'll give it to 120 others of 1.2. This year, we're expecting a replication number of 1.4. So if 100 Americans get the flu, 140 more are going to get it from them because it's got all these mutations in it. It's a little bit more of an aggressive variant.
So how do you protect yourself? Does this vaccine, because I know you guys do the vaccine, I say you guys, the medical industry does the vaccine before they really know the strain. Is it going to help combat this strain and help us from not getting sick if we get the vaccine?
So based on what we're seeing in Australia, we think, yes, the vaccine offers protection because it was designed on this H3N2 from last year. We know this is like a cousin of the H3N2, but usual vaccine efficacy, Sam, in preventing infection altogether runs 40 to 60%. So a lot of my patients say to me, well, that's not that good, right? It's like a 50-50 coin toss. It's not so much about getting the flu at all. It's about getting severely ill from the flu. And we know that it keeps you out of the ICU, prevents death, and prevents hospitalizations up to 65% less if you get that vaccine. So I really want us to start to think about vaccinating. And I know a lot of young people, even kids, they're like, oh, I'm healthy, I don't need to worry about the flu. This new strain is actually infecting more young people. And we think there's 2 reasons for that. One is because, you know, a young person has seen less flu seasons than an older person. So their immune system is less used to fighting the flu overall. And then, of course, that vaccine apathy that we talk about. We're just having fewer kids and fewer young people get the flu vaccine. So it's not too late to get that flu vaccine if you haven't already gotten it. And this year we have, you know, our high dose ones for the seniors and the regular dose for the younger people. But stay tuned because next year, and there's a new study that just came out in the New England Journal of Medicine, they've come up with a new, better vaccine that protects you even better from getting infected. So right now it's in phase 1, phase 2 trials. It just got reported last week. I'm really excited about it because I think if the vaccine starts working better, I'm hoping that more people get motivated to go and get it.
Good.
Yeah, do it. People die. People die from the flu.
Yes, they do.
So, all right, Dr. Kohli, thank you. You can find much more from Dr. Kohli at 9news.com/Dr. Coley.